are going to be learning how we are labeling. There was a lot of interest on how we label, so that's what we'll cover today. So you've seen the canning process, but now we'll talk about the labeling. So we label in our white cans here. So this is a can that will go for the store. We print all our own labels and we do all the labeling ourselves. And then I use this machine, which is called the Label Slayer. You can buy it for different can sizes. So I have it for 440 milliliter can sizes here. And then I just apply labels. So it's quite simple. You just take an unlabeled can, you put it into the machine, you pull on the label, and it applies it. The way this genius thing works is that as you pull it, it actually splits off the label here. When you apply the can, it actually pulls it with itself. Voila, easy peasy. So another thing is I like to have this seam right here on the back. So then that's where I start the applying. So if you see me spinning the bottle, that's why. So I make sure that that's lined up where I want it. Apply my label. And then that way you can see the seams on the back. And then you don't have the seam kind of coming through the top of the label, making it look ugly. So now it's in the back here. Beautiful. As you can see, this is going pretty fast. We can approximately maybe a case every, I don't know, 5 minutes. This is how long this is taking me, and I'm even stopping to talk to you. This thing is sweet. I highly recommend it. Not sponsored at all by them. I think it's just someone 3D printing this beautiful Label Slayer on their 3D printer. One thing that's important is to make sure that you pull back straight and also with 2 fingers. I found that if you just try to be fast and lazy and only pull with 1, you can end up actually having the label apply crookedly if the label doesn't fit like mine doesn't, because it's actually meant for a label that's the whole size. But as you can see, I have my ghetto spacing. So that's a pro tip for you that are going to be doing what I'm doing. You can see another point of doing this is kind of our final quality check. So for example, this beer, you can see that it actually has a bit of a leaky seam. And so we're able to find these beers at this stage as well. So this is kind of like the final quality check to make sure that our beers, that we're happy with it. So this will also be, you know, for us to drink. But if you have any more questions about labeling, just comment below. I'll try to put all the info in this video that I think is relevant, including the paper that we use and the printer and things like that, as well as you'll see a link below to where I found this label printer. Again, not sponsored, but just feel free to comment if you have any other questions or suggestions. If you label your own cans for your own brewery and have a better way to label cases of beer, just please let's. What we've learned is that it's important to make sure that you apply the label when the can's a bit warmer, because we actually tried to apply these when it was cold, and you get condensation and then you get these sort of this bubbling that happens here. So now what we've done is we've let the cans kind of reach closer to room temperature, or at least warmer, so they're about 10 or 12 degrees. And then now we label. That's something you'll learn, and make sure, of course, that they're dry. All right? Freshly labeled case of beer. I've also been requested a lot to say about the printing process. So I print directly to a roll, and I do it with this Epson printer. It's the Colorworks C4000E, whatever that means. And then I'll put more info in the description as well as on the screen right here. The paper that I have is 105 wide by 195 long. So that was basically all I could find was this paper here. And it comes in rolls of 200. First thing we're gonna do is we're going to load it with our paper. So this is actually not a full roll. But normally you'd have a full roll like this. Today we're just gonna be using this baby. So load it up. It's quite simple. We have our paper inside it. Next thing we'll do, print a label. So it automatically finds the edge of the paper by itself. And then I print. And then as you can see now, it's actually printing perfectly centered, so I don't have to do any adjustments left or right. So now I have some rolls coming. The first one is always blank. So then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to attach it to the roll here. So do that by, first I'll just put it in here. Then I grab a piece of tape. Then I tape it to the roll, centered, like so. Put on this here, locks into place. So now I have my re-roller set up, and then get it a bit tight, but you'll see as soon as I turn it on, it is now tight. And then what this does is this just puts a little bit of force and then keeps this rolling. So we'll do some prints and show you it in action. And as you can see, it is rolling itself up and keeping itself tight. So then I make sure that this is centered. It's a bit off-centered. But you get the idea. And so then it keeps rolling and printing. And then once I'm done printing, then all I'll do is turn off the roller because it'll want to keep it tight if you cut it. But one of the beautiful things about this printer is it can actually cut it for you. And you can actually cut each label if you want to apply each label by hand or send out labels. So I'll just turn it off, click the cut button, boom. And then I can roll it up like this. And then I have myself a label. And this is what can directly go on to the label slayer. And there you have it. We print our own labels. And that's all I gotta say.